Hi,
How are you?
I'm okay, thanks. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you so much for joining in.
You're welcome. No, it's nice to be here.
The next 30 minutes are all yours, Dr. Joy.
Okay, have you had lots of people this morning?
Yep.
That's nice. Okay, so I'll just begin now?
Yeah, sure. It's all yours.
Great. Okay, so hello everybody. My name is Joey Weber. I am a meditation teacher. I was kindly invited to do a talk today. It's a little bit different in that I'm not going to do any practical yoga with you. I've never been so good at that actually, so that's why it's so nice to see all the other instructors. So my talk is going to be about the mind, and really I'm doing the mind-body connection, because I think often this is something that is not overlooked, but you know, when we do all these physical contortions with our bodies, it's very valuable to also have a strong sense of presence and awareness of the moment as it unfolds on a moment-to-moment basis. And this is something that is, unless trained, it's actually quite difficult to do, unless we train ourselves in presence, in navigating to the now or the here and now. Often, without doing that, often we can experience quite a lot of distractions. So this can be mental distractions. You know, how many thoughts do we have every day? And when we are listening to someone give us advice, this, you know, we can start thinking about what they've said or whether the tone of voice was what we liked, or trying to understand the move to do. We can sometimes get a little bit distracted, and especially if we're in our own homes too, you know, with all the, I don't know, parents, carers, children, husbands, cats everywhere. It can be quite a distracting. So it's up to us to come back to this present moment. And it sounds quite an abstract term, the present moment, but really, it's simple but not simple. It's like it's completely different until you find it and you find some form of awareness, and then it's so subtle it's almost non-noticeable, and then very quickly the mind will go again. So the mindfulness, the attention to, or the relation to the thought, the relation to the distraction, your ability to remain grounded and present is a very valuable lifelong skill. And I often describe it as, you know, being underwater. So non-presence and not being here fully is underwater, because the whole reality appears, you know, appears very real, but in this reality it's complete distraction. You know, there might be fish, there might be all kinds of things going on underwater. But with awareness, it's like we're going from submergence to emerging. We suddenly can breathe, and there is no other understanding of what it's like to be in the water, because you've fully come out of it. So it's a very subtle difference. Non-awareness, awareness. I've heard it be called unconsciousness, consciousness, present moment, or mindfulness, mindlessness. You know, whatever you want to term it, whatever terminology you like, it's the difference between awareness and distraction. Very, very subtle. And if not trained in present moment, and if not trained in mindfulness, then hard to achieve. Or even if we get a tiny little moment of it, if we're not careful, we'll suddenly be in another thought down the road, or we'll be, you know, and thinking of something else, or analyzing, or planning, or just having a mental image or a memory or some future fantasy emerging, and you know, we momentarily lose connection. And this connection, this nowness, is also very interesting, because when you really try and find the present moment, what you realize is that there's actually not really such a thing. There's only ever new nowness or new moments when we meditate and follow the breath. There is never the same breath twice, and never the same sensation twice. When our minds are distracted, it's never the same thought at the exact same time, in the exact same way. It's constant evolving. So we are, in essence, just more and more new nowness of being. We are very much being. So of course, you know, when we are doing yoga practice and we are moving the body, bending, stretching, we do pay lots of attention to the breath, but it's also useful to come out of yoga to stabilize the mind, or maybe before you start practices, stabilize the mind. Because then when you do yoga, when you do these movements with your body, it will be a lot nicer experience and a more profound practice. You know, yoga is a spiritual practice at the end of the day. And so we are connecting with something beyond us. It's just an isness. So I don't know if you've ever been aware, but if you try yoga and you are distracted, the body is very, very tense, or it gets more tense. But somehow, if you're fully grounded, fully in the now, in the moment, then everything feels more supple, and you can stretch that little bit further. You can, you know, it just feels nicer. The whole experience is a bit more soothing and healing, because we're healing our bodies when we do these practices. When we physically move in the moment, it's a sense of healing. When we meditate, when we're being mindful, we're also healing. You know, it's a bit of a crisis in the world often, and also there can be a crisis in here. So it's our kind of responsibility, if you like, to at least put ourselves in the best position possible to remain grounded, calm, with the, you know, wish to also help others. So that was my little introduction really to presence and the value of presence in the non-awareness to awareness component. And so the more we do meditation, and I'll guide you on a 15-20 minute meditation now, trying to navigate our way to presence. The more we do it, I think the easier it'll be for us to kind of drop into awareness. So dropping into awareness with our bodies when we perform yoga. So we can listen and perform in a fluid transaction rather than, you know, getting all tense or worked up, or am I doing it right? Or, you know, because all our bodies are different, all our minds are different. So this difference isn't a problem, so to speak, unless we make it so with our minds. So we should enjoy each moment. There should be a sense of joy within all of the movements. And just cultivating this presence, if we are doing this and everyone that we're connecting to is doing this too, then the experience itself ripples out. Well, that's the wish, that other people are then influenced because they say, wow, these people really do practice what they preach. They are giving off a sense of calm. They are engaging with, you know, the present moment. They're as best possible, not getting distracted. So many, many benefits. And I hope it comes across that the two are not exclusive, the mind, body. There is an ultimate connection. Whatever the mind does, the body follows. The mind's tense, the body's tense. The body's loose, relaxed. The mind's loose and relaxed. So we're almost trying to achieve this perfect combination of balance mental equipoise and allowing and kind of trusting the moment to evolve, you know, rather than, oh, am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? Is this, you know, thinking music's coming on and thinking about stuff. So, okay, so I've talked now for 10 minutes, so that's all I wanted to do. If you'd like to join me in a meditation, that would be fantastic. Can you all hear me okay? Because I have a message on there saying can't hear you. 803. I'm just going to say gently. Okay, great. So if you're watching, sorry about that, but we have to deal with the moment, and there was a moment there of not knowing whether I was being heard. So I hope that didn't break the transition on the live stream. Okay, so if you'd like to, I'd like to invite you all to close your eyes, and hopefully you're sitting on a chair or on a yoga mat, and slowly take some deep breaths through the nostrils. Body posture should be relaxed with a straight back. Not too straight. We're inviting tension, nor too loose. Send us all to sleep before dinner. Dignified posture. And we're simply inhaling through our nose and exhaling out of our nose. Allowing ourselves to come to this moment. And we're using the breath cycles in our nostrils to anchor us in the now. So we're gently following the breath as we breathe in. Maybe observing any subtle sensations on the nostrils as we inhale. Maybe a cool dryness. And then noticing how this maybe changes as we exhale into a warm, moister sensation. And if any thoughts arise or distractions, mental images and so forth arise in the mind, that's okay. Let's see if we can, with a caring nature, just gently escort our attention back to our breathing. And any times that we get distracted, we remember, then relax ourselves. Remember, this is all about relaxation too. And then we're escorting our attention back to our breathing in a light-hearted way, not getting involved in the distraction. There's no such thing as a good thought or a bad thought. It's just thought. And same with any sounds. Don't know what your environment's like. Any noises, it's okay. Noises are not a barrier to meditation unless we allow them to be so. And rather than identify with the sound as a good sound, a bad sound, simply allow the sounds to come and go in the moment, including my voice. I don't try to listen, because this will happen naturally. Just gently follow your breathing as we inhale. Know that we're breathing in, and as we exhale, know that we're breathing out. Not trying to control our breathing in any way. It's as if the air is naturally coming in and then coming out.
Supriti Kumari. I'm so sorry, Dr. Joy, for this disruption. Supriti Kumari, can you please mute yourself? It still hasn't happened. I'm sorry, it'll just take a minute more.
Don't worry, it's all useful. Hopefully you can still remain in breathing and observe how the mind reacted to the interruption. Observe how quickly the mind started, what's this? Who's that? What are they saying? This is awkward. Quickly started to identify and label the distraction. And any effective meditator doesn't need the perfect environment to be able to practice. The environment as it is the practice. All part of the experience in the now. Gently following our breath as we inhale. See if we can really become in tune with the full breath cycle as it falls in our nose and then as it falls back out. And feel this full body presence. the space in which the thought is released, or when you let go, is awareness. Awareness of the thought, of the distraction, is meditation. And so our mind can drop into awareness of our bodies. The way our feet come into contact with the ground, the air on our skin. And so in yoga, cultivating this quality, this introspective quality, is introspective quality, is so useful for all of the rest of today and your future practice. And you become more and able to deal with whatever distraction arises without, having a reaction to it, an emotional reaction, or, oh my God, I can't believe there was some noise in my meditation, or I'm trying to do yoga and the kids are running around. It's all okay. It's all good. It's all useful practice. So do you have any, I would like you to end the meditation now and take a few moments to just reacclimatize. So does anyone have any questions? So I think that's all I really want to do today. It's just connect the mind to the body. It's often we get so just concentrated on one or the other as if they are separate, but there's no distinction. It's all one kind of package, and with care we can deal with this package nicely in a nice way, and then we'll have much more relaxation, be much more benefits when we'll enjoy it more. And if we enjoy it more, we'll want to come back. We won't think, oh, I've got to do my yoga, it's a thing I have to tick off the list, or part of my well-being, I have to meditate. It changes that, because it becomes an enjoyment activity that without it there's a sense of loss. So this is really embodying practice into our lives. Too often there's separation, or in the busy distracted life, you like tick it off, 5 minutes here, I've done it, 10 minutes there, I've done it. But we should want to be doing this for ourselves because it feels nice, and then also we notice how we are with others afterwards, and that way we'll only ever practice more and more. So thank you for inviting me. I enjoyed it, and if anyone's got any questions, you can ask me in the chat or not.
Well, I think people are still reacclimatizing. But it was really nice. Thank you so much. Through the day, it's almost half of the event that's over for us. And through the day, I've been hustling around, and this just 10 minutes of attending this really helped me come back. So thank you so much, Dr. Joy.
You're welcome, no problem.
And through this initiative, we are trying to get people to be more aware about their mental health and holistic health. And thank you for being a part of this initiative where we try to do it globally. And so Dr. Joyce from Manchester, UK, and I hope, I think I can see all people of all nationalities on the chat. So that's great. And another thing, you can visit our website, www.yogaday.co, and see the remaining schedule for our day if you'd like to attend any other event. And you can also reach out to us writing with your feedback, etc. And for the fundraiser, we've arranged for a fundraiser for people who lost their homes due to Nisarg cyclone. So if you want to contribute anything, it'll be great. It'll be a great initiative too. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you. Good luck with the rest of it. I'll try and attend some. Yeah.
Sure,
Thanks.
looking forward. Thanks.